I can repeat some of the information from the first heat of this evening if need be. We're on to the A final of the 13-14 girls 200 butterfly. In lane 1, it's Lauren Opitz. 2 is Gabby Abruzzo. 3, Ava Knopsnyder. 4, our top seed this evening, Tori Abruzzo. 5, Caitlin Colasar. 6, Annie Jia. 7, Cameron Tilger. And 8 is Adriana Lay. Top seed is Tori Abruzzo, and she was out first at the 50. We'll see where she lands at the 100. Going to be probably the only swimmer under a minute at the 100 split. 58-51, a quick first 100 for Tori Abruzzo, who's got 2 body lengths on the next closest racer. She was 2:04.40 this morning. She's got a 1:06 cushion there to bring it back in if she wants to top this morning's swim. Okay, Abruzzo's still looking strong in the second half of this race, but a nice split came from the swimmer in lane 5, Colasar, to solidify second place with 25 yards to go, but it's definitely still Abruzzo. The question is if she can top this morning's swim. She's got a really nice turnover still going with about 15 yards to go. Annie Jia in lane 6 is catching up right behind Colasar, so we'll see what happens for the race in second and third. Another second chopped off from this morning, Abruzzo, 2:03.42, an awesome swim to start us off this evening. Second did go to Colasar, and third to Jia, 2:07.37 and 2:07.77 were the second and third place times. Abruzzo leads the whole way, and she is our first finals champion of this weekend's meet. Next, we're going to pivot toward the 13-14 boys.
Event number 2, boys 13-14, 200-yard butterfly. In the B final, lane 1, Mac Clark. Lane 2, Felix Vickner. Lane 3, Carter Robinson. Lane 4, Luke Hartman. Lane 5, John Franchetti. Lane 6, Bobby Dempsey. And lane 7, Joshua Kim. Mr. Referee.
Okay, on to our second event this evening. This is the B final for event number 2, the 13-14 boys 200-yard butterfly. Swimming in lane 1's Matt Clark. 2, Felix Vickner. 3, Carter Robertson. 4 is Luke Hartman. 5, John Franchetti. 6, Bobby Dempsey. And 7 is Joshua Kim. I used to swim with a Joshua Kim, one of my favorite teammates of all time. Pretty even heat right in the middle there. A couple of 27s and 28s lead the way, so a little bit less spread out than we saw in the first 2 girls' heats. The top seed in the B finals, Luke Hartman, who put up a 2:05.49 this morning. A couple of these gentlemen will bring it out under a minute, but we'll see. 58.84 is the fastest of that group. That's Franchetti out of lane 5, I'm sorry, 58.84, and he had just a hair on Hartman and Robertson. Pretty close packed group based on this morning's times too. Franchetti's the second seed in the B final. He was 2:05.76, so not a whole lot separated him and Hartman this morning, and it doesn't look like a lot is going to separate them here as they are 0.3 of a second apart going into the final 50. But a really nice looking second half coming together for John Franchetti, who has about a full body length now and is Tempo remains strong. He took it out in a 58. He was 2:05.76 this morning. Think he's going to top that. We'll see by how much. Yeah, 2:03.04 will take the B final for Franchetti. 2:04.81 is good for second for Hartman. He was faster than this morning as well. 2:07.22 earns Robertson third in the B final. So 2:03.04 is the fastest we've seen from our boys so far. A finals coming up.
Event number 2, boys 13-14, 200-yard butterfly, A final. In lane 1, Noah Serrano. In lane 2, Braden Todd. In lane 3, Jacob Johnson. Lane 4, Derek Estep. Lane 5, Liam Broderick. Lane 6, Carter Boone. Lane 7, Christian Dante. And in lane 8, Max Marr. Mr. Referee.
Event number 2, 13-14 boys, 200 butterfly, the A final. Swimming in lane 1, Noah Serrano. 2, Braden Todd. 3 is Jacob Johnson. 4, Derek Estep, a top seed. Liam Broderick. 6 is Carter Boone. 7, Christian. A little faded on my sheet here. Dante? Okay, I'm missing some of the ink. Okay, Christian Dante's in 7, and Max Marr is in 8. Oh, I guess I could use the scoreboard too. 25:06 is our fastest first 50 split. Well, it's from the top seed. Derek Estep was 1:57.31 this morning. Liam Broderick was also a 1:57 this morning, half second behind Estep. And at the 100 mark, Estep has separated himself significantly. 53.61 is the 100 for Estep. So he's got a whole, minute he can bring it back in to put up more like a 153 or 154, easily beating this morning's time. Let's see if he brings the rest of the pack along with him for some lifetime bests. Estep's 29.52, so he's the lone swimmer keeping it under the minute pace at the third 50. If he can just put up a 30-point or so in this fourth 50, I say just like it's some easy feat, but if he can hold around that pace with 25 yards left to go, man, that's a solid time for a 13-14 boy. Looks like second place is going to belong to the swimmer in the lane above him, Jacob Johnson, but it's been Estep the whole way, and it's going to be at the finish. 30.37 is the final 50, 153.50. We'll take the 13-14 boys 200 butterfly. 156.45. It's probably a new best for Johnson, too, as he beats this morning's time. Broderick's good for third. 157.85, a tenth of a second faster than this morning. Estep, 153.50. Putting up some fast swims already this evening. We got a lot of heats to go. 50 fly coming up.
Event number 11, girls 11-12, 50-yard butterfly, B final, lane 1, Mia Jowd. Lane 2, Addie Johnson. Lane 3, Haley Rittenhouse. Lane 4, Addison Hunter. Lane 5, Alice Lake. Lane 6, Mabel Walburn. Lane 7, Brianna Clock. And in lane 8, Mia Perry. Mr. Referee.
All right, changing directions here, but sticking with the same discipline. This is a 50-yard butterfly for the 11 and 12 girls. In the B final, it's Jowd, Johnson, Rittenhouse, Hunter, Lake, Walburn, Clock, and Perry. Addison Hunter's the top seed in the B final. 28.68 was her 50 butterfly time this morning. Hunter representing Monocacy Aquatic Club here in the B final. We'll see if she repeats the leading time from this morning. It looks like she will, and Rittenhouse is right behind. 28-41 will take the B final for Hunter. Rittenhouse is 28-71. Third goes to Johnson up in lane 2, 28-82. Up next, the A final.
Event number 11, girls 11-12, 50-yard butterfly, A final, lane 1, Alex Shim, lane 2, Bailey Corden, lane 3, Julia Parker, lane 4, Audrey Devereaux, lane 5, Ashley Mellinger, lane 6, Alice Lehman, lane 7, Madeline Blau, and lane 8, Callie Collins. Mr. Referee.
Okay, on the blocks now, we see the 11 and 12 girls 50 butterfly A final. Lane 1 is Skim, 2, Corden, 3 is Parker. Okay, for the starter there. 4, the top seed, Audrey Devereaux. 5 is Mellinger, 6, Lehman, 7, Blau, and 8, Collins. Devereaux is the top seed in 3 events this evening, I believe, if I remember from the previous session. She was 26:56 this morning. Big crowd congregating in front of me. It's hard to see the pool, but it looks like it's Devereaux leading the way. 26:59 will take the win. Second will be Mellinger, 27:22. Third will go to lane 8, Callie Collins, 28:22. So 26:59 will take the event win for Audrey Devereaux. Up next, our boys will do the same event.
Event number 12, boys 11-12, 50-yard butterfly, B final. In lane 1, Quito Anderson. Lane 2, Wyatt Bolin. Lane 3, Cinco Perez. Lane 5, Jack Martin. Lane 4, Jack Martin. Lane 5, Amir Tasker. In lane 6, Lincoln Ennis. Lane 7, Jacob Madden. And in lane 8, Jude DeMooney. Mr. Referee.
Okay, on the blocks now, we've got the B final for event number 12, the boys 11 and 12 50-yard butterfly. In the B final, we've got Anderson, Bolin, Perez, Martin, Tasker, Anise, Madden, and DeMooney. Top seed in the B finals, Jack Martin from Lancaster. 28:65 was his time this morning. Standard so far has been you got to top your best to win the heat. See if that remains true here. Martin does take the heat, 28:49. It's a hair faster than this morning. Second's Perez, 28:65. Third was the swimmer out of lane 6, Anise, 28:95. 28:4 is the best we've seen. We got the A final coming up.
Event number 12, boys 11-12, 50-yard butterfly, A final. In lane 1, Brody Reber. Lane 2, Colin McGraw. Lane 3, Jackson Shirey. In lane 4, Jackson Edwards. In lane 5, Julian Truppe. In lane 6, Hayden Vicknair. Lane 7, Ryan Moyer. And in lane 8, Ivan Yan. Mr. Referee.
This is the A final. In the water, it's Reber, McGraw, Sheary, Edwards, Tropea, Vicknair, Moyer, and Jan. Jackson Edwards is the top seed in this event. 27:14 was his time this morning. Several other swimmers seated right within a couple tenths, so it's anyone's race in the A final here. At the touch, it's going to be 27:15 that takes it. That's Tropea. 27:19 is good for Edwards for second. Third will be Vickner, 27-22. We're taking another 5-minute break. It was Julian Tropea who took the 11 and 12 boys 50 butterfly.
Just a reminder, we have a short 5-minute break after each stroke change, which is now. Both pools are open for this warm-up. Again, both pools will be open for this warm-up.
Okay, so we're going into a 5-minute break at the conclusion of the butterfly. It was Julian Tropea who just took the A final for the 11 and 12 boys 50 fly. We're going to resume with some heats of 200 and 100 freestyle. First up will be the 13-14 girls 200 free. We'll get going with that in just about 5 minutes. More action this evening. Friday night finals, Junior Keystone Classic.
Okay, if we could get our timers and officials back to our stations, we'll get ready to start with the next event here in a minute. Please do not touch the banners, the railings. Please, young men across the pool on the other side of the bulkhead, please leave the banners alone. Young man with the red mask and blue shorts, please leave the rubber tubing alone. Okay, event number 3, girls 13-14, 200-yard freestyle. B final, lane 1, Michaela Potts. Lane 2, Cameron Tilger. Lane 3, Hannah Klingensmith. Lane 4, Natalie Chiplick. Lane 5, Molly Workman. Lane 6, Emerson DeBach. Lane 7, Cameron Bear. And lane 8, Ellie Walsh. Mr. Referee.
Okay, welcome back from the break. We're rolling on to the B final of the 13-14 girls 200-yard freestyle. In the water, it's Michaela Potts, Cameron Tilger, Hannah Klingensmith, Natalie Cheplick, Molly Workman, Emerson DeBaki, Cameron Bear, and Ellie Walsh. Top seed in the B final, that's Natalie Cheplick in lane 4. 1:59.94 was her swim this morning to put her in the 9th place spot or the top seed in the B final. So we'll see how many swimmers in this heat pop under the 2-minute mark, one of the all-time milestones in swimming. Cheplick looks like she might be leading the way, but I see Potts and Klingensmith and several others are right in there at the halfway mark of this heat. The leader's actually Bear out of lane 7, 57.09. A quick first split for Bear. She was 2:01.19 this morning. We'll see how quickly she can bring it back, or maybe she left a little in the tank this morning, expecting to do well in the B final. Lane 4, though, Natalie Cheplick is right in it, swimming the second half pretty strategically, as she might be leading at the 150 mark. I'm not calling her accurately right now from where I'm seated. 128.81 is the 150 split. That's Emerson DeBach, who's leading the way now out of lane 6. They're all separated by a couple tenths. It looked like at the 175 mark, it'll be between lanes 4 and 6. Cheplick or DeBach, who will finish the strongest. We'll see for the B final who gets under 2:00, and it's Cheplick who will take it. 159.76, 159.83 is second place spot for DeBach. Third went to lane 7, Cameron Bear, 2:00.08, a whole second faster than she was this morning. That's the B final. Up next, the championship final, Heat 2.
Event number 3, girls 200-yard, 13-14 200-yard freestyle. A final. In lane 1, Renee Bach. In lane 2, Maddie Camden. In lane 3, Madison Wimmer. Lane 4, Ava Knopsnyder. Lane 5, Ava Combs. Lane 6, Sarah Parker. Lane 7, Eliza Miller. And in lane 8, Riley Ream. Mr. Referee.
Event number 3, the girls 13-14 200 freestyle. Heat 2, the A final is in the water. It's Renee Bach in 1. 2 is Maddie Camden. Lane 3, Madison Wimmer. 4, Ava Knopsnyder. 5 is Ava Combs. 6, Sarah Parker. 7, Eliza Miller. And 8, Riley Reen. Top seeds, Ava Knopsnyder from Lancaster Aquatic Club. 155.69 is her time this morning. Knopsnyder's a familiar name from working some of these meets in the past few months. I've seen her do well here before. She is the top seed. We'll see how it pans out. This is the 75 mark, and it looks like it's the 3 swimmers in the middle of the pack who lead the way. Top 3 seeds from this morning. So 55.60 leads the way at their feet for Combs out of lane 5. Knopsnyder wasn't far behind, and neither was Wimmer. So the three of them put up 55 points to lead the way at the 100 mark, and it's anyone's race based on those halfway splits. Okay, Combs has opened up a whole half a second on Knopsnyder, 125.07. It's a 150 split. Ava Combs was a 156.38 this morning. She brings this back in a 30 point. She could be looking at a new best. But Knopsnyder's still right there. It's going to be one of the two of them at the finish. Third will have an interesting race between several swimmers, but Combs and Knopsnyder will go stroke for stroke into the finish here. 154.10 will give the edge to Ava Knopsnyder out of lane 4. A couple of Avas dominating this heat. Combs is good for second, 154.61. Third will be Wimmer, 156.98. A quick A final there for the 13-14 girls, 2 free, and now we'll see the same thing for the boys. B final coming up.
Event number 4, boys 13-14 200-yard freestyle, B finals. In lane 1, Sam Huggins. Lane 2, Tyler Turgeon. Lane 3, Ben Shuda. Lane 4, Evan Barato. Lane 5, Jack Beam. Lane 6, Ryan Wadsworth. Lane 7, Liam Broderick. And in lane 8, Carter Boone, Mr. Referee.
Okay, we just saw 2 fast heats of 13-14 girls, 200 freestyle. We'll see what the boys have to do next. In the waters, heat number 1, the B final. Lane 1, Sam Huggins. 2, Tyler Turgeon. 3, Ben Scuda. 4 is Evan Barato. 5, Jack Bem. 6 is Ryan Wadsworth. 7, Liam Broderick. And 8, Carter Boone. Evan Barato's the top seed in the B final. He was the lone swimmer in this heat under 150 this morning. Evan Barato was 149.45 to earn him the lane 4 position in the B final. Barato's got up close to a body length lead with more than half the race remaining. We'll get you the 100 split when he flips at his feet here. Barato's 51.34. Trailed by a 52.23 100 split from Shuda out of lane 3. Yeah. Yep, so we mentioned Barato was 149.45. We're sitting here guessing based on the 100 split. He'll beat that. 120.38. So we'll see what he's got in the tank for the fourth 50. Maybe a bit off a lot in the first 100 there, but it got him the lead, and that's what counts here. Sam Huggins is actually inching into the second place position out of lane 1, so we'll see if he can disrupt the middle of the pack here. As they're coming into the finish, it'll be 149.10 for Barato to take the B final, heat 1. 149.45 is good for second for Huggins out of lane 1. Third will be, they changed the names on me too quick. Ben Shuda, 150.37 is good for third for Shuda. Barato remained the top seed. He took the heat. Up next, the A final.
Event number 4, boys 13-14 200-yard freestyle, A final. In lane 1, Can Yenlei. In lane 2, Hunter Raymer. Lane 3, Brandon Fleck. Lane 4, Derek Estep. Lane 5, Anthony Cole. Lane 6, Gabe Cowart. Lane 7, Jacob Johnson. And in lane 8, Christian Dante. Mr. Referee.
Okay, we got the A final up on the blocks now. And the starter sends them, and they're in the water. In lane 1, it's Canyonet. 2 is Hunter Raymer. 3, Brendan Fleck. 4, Derek Estep. 5 is Anthony Coe. 6, Gabe Coert. 7, Jacob Johnson. And 8, Christian Dante. Derek Estep was the winner in the 200 fly just a few moments ago, and he's turning around for the top seed position in the 200 free. 146.10 is the seed time. Anthony Coe in lane 5 was 146.50 this morning. Look for him to try and race with Estep after an awesome 2 fly just a few moments ago. The 75 mark, it's Estep. And Coe is certainly in second, it looks like from here, about half a body length behind Estep. He'll be 49.95. That's Estep at the 100 split. He's the lone swimmer under 50.76 is the 100 split for Coe, who's pacing similarly to that 146 this morning. Estep might be pacing a little under. The race for third is going to feature a lot of swimmers in 2, 3, 6, 7. But Estep's opened it up to a 1.5 now lead, outsplitting Coe by half a second in the third 50. 116.95 is the 150 split. He brings this back in 27 or 28. He's certainly going to beat this morning's time. I don't know what Estep's lifetime best is. 145 is the best for Estep historically, and he's going to beat that right here. 143.99 after a big best time in the 2 fly just a few moments ago. Estep's putting on a show tonight. Coe is second. 145.78, an awesome swim for him as well. Third will go to Fleck. 146.29. Fleck takes a second off of his time from this morning. But it was all Estep, just like in the 200 fly. 143.99 takes the 13-14 boys 200 freestyle. We're on to the 100 free. 11 and 12 girls coming right up.
Event number 13, girls 11-12, 100-yard freestyle. In the B final, in lane 1, Ryan Zinzer. Lane 2, Bailey Corden. Lane 3, Mia Judon. Lane 4, Eli Sparman. Lane 5, Marley Swain. Lane 6, Julie Chong. Lane 7, Eden McNally. And in lane 8, Carly Jacobs. Mr. Referee.
Okay, right into it. We got the B final for the 11 and 12 girls 100 freestyle. In lane 1, it's Zinzer. 2, Corden. 3, Jowd. 4, Spahman. 5, Swain. 6, Chong. 7 is McNally, and 8, Jacobs. We'll see the leader at the 50 mark here is going to be Spahman, the top seed. Spahman is 27.48 at her feet halfway through this 100-yard freestyle. He's got a half a body length on the rest of the field. Looks like lanes 1, 2, and 3 are racing kind of closely. Zinzer, Corden, and Jowd could all vie for second or third here. But Ela Spahman has led the whole way after being the top seed in the B final from this morning, and she puts up a faster time than the morning. 57.49 takes the B final for Spahman. Second was Zinzer. 58.76. Jowd is 58.89 out of lane 3. 57.49 is the B final winning time for Spahman. We'll see the A final coming right up.
Event number 13, girls 11-12, 100-yard freestyle. A final. In lane 1, Mia Perry. In lane 2, Victoria Williams. In lane 3, Alex Shim. In lane 4, Audrey Devereaux. In lane 5, Callie Collins. In lane 6, Madeline Blau. In lane 7, Cameron Jones. And in lane 8, Anna Mumford. Mr. Referee.
Okay, we've got the 11 and 12 girls 100 freestyle A final up on the blocks. In lane 1, it's going to be Perry. 2 is Williams. 3, Skim. 4, Devereaux. 5 is Collins. 6, Blau. 7, Jones. And 8, Mumford. Audrey Devereaux is the top seed again after taking the 50 butter. She might have been second in the 50 fly. But Devereaux's right in there again. 54.86 was her top seed time this morning. And she is just 2/100ths behind Collins at the 50 split here. Anyone's race between the two of them. 26.87 is the 50 split for Callie Collins. Looks like the middle of the pool could be the podium finishers here, as the third position looks like it might belong to Alex Skim out of lane 3, but it's Devereaux or Collins for sure at the wall. 55.50 will take it for Devereaux. Collins is second, 55.76. Skim will be third, 56.00. So Devereaux's a little off of the morning swim, but holds on nonetheless to win the event, 55.50. 11 and 12 boys, 2 heats coming up, and then another 5-minute break.
Event number 14, boys 11-12, 100-yard freestyle. In the B final, in lane 1, Aiden Walsh. In lane 2, Timmy Garber. In lane 3, Jude Demooney. In lane 4, Wyatt Bolin. In lane 5, Kyle Spauman. Lane 6, Ivan Yan. Lane 7, Amir Tasker. And in lane 8, Lincoln Anise. Mr. Referee.
Okay, this is the B final for the 11 and 12 boys 100 freestyle. It's Walsh, Garber, Demooney, Bolin, Spauman, Yan, Tasker, and Anise. Top seed in the B final is Wyatt Bolin. 57.05 was his time this morning. At the 50 split, Bolin leads the way by a tenth of a second. 27.51 is his time at the feet. Just got to bring it back in a low 29 here to beat the morning time. But it looks like it is Bolin who's still got the lead, and Spauman is right there in second, just like the seed times. Yep, it'll be Bolin, Spauman, and Tasker in that order. 56.94, he does get a hair under 57. 57.61's good for second for Spauman, and Tasker out of lane 7 was 57.71. Up next, the A final.
Event number 14, boys 11-12, 100-yard freestyle, A final. In lane 1, Cinco Perez. Lane 2, Ryan Moyer. Lane 3, Colin McGraw. Lane 4, Julian Tropea. Lane 5, Jackson Edwards. Lane 6, Hayden Vickner. Lane 7, Jack Martin. And in lane 8, Jack Baumgardner. Mr. Referee.
In the water now, the A final for the 11 and 12 boys 100 freestyle. In lane 1, it's Perez. 2, Moyer. 3 is McGraw. 4, Tropea. 5 is Edwards. 6, Vickner. 7, Martin. And 8, Baumgardner. Tropea just took the win in the 50 butterfly a few moments ago. He's the top seed in this event as well. 54.49 was his time this morning, and he leads the way at the 50 mark by about a half a second on the next closest racer. 25.93 is the 50 split at the feet for Julian Tropea. We saw E-Step a few moments ago do the freestyle butterfly double and win both. We'll see if Tropea can do the same here for the 11 and 12 boys, as they are about 5 yards from the finish. It's going to be Tropea who holds on the whole way, 54-32. Second will go to Edwards. Edwards is 54-47. Third will be McGraw, 55-81. Just like the seed times from this morning, they shake out 1, 2, and 3. Tropea takes his second win of the evening, 54-32. A 5-minute break.
Again, during these 5-minute breaks, both pools are open for a warm-up and warm-down. We have a 5-minute break. The pool is open for a warm-up and warm-down. Again, please, feet first entry only when entering the water. Feet first entries only. Thank you. Again, we have a couple house rules here. House rule number 1 is we should be wearing a mask at all times. House rule number 2 is we should be social distancing. We should not be side by side, shoulder to shoulder with swimmers. I'm looking across the pool, and the children standing next to the railing, you should not be standing that close to each other. So either sit down, please, or spread yourselves out. If you can't do that, you will be asked to leave the meet. You need to be able to social distance. Standing shoulder to shoulder next to each other is not social distancing. We will not ask you again. This is the third time. Okay, we should have all our timers and officials back to our stations. We'll be continuing with the event number 5, which is girls 13-14 100-yard breaststroke. In the B final, in lane 1, Sophia Cilio. In lane 2, Sarah Parker. In lane 3, Renee Bach. In lane 4, Minji Kim. In lane 5, Tamara Engler. In lane 6, Molly Workman. In lane 7, Liliana DeMartis. And in lane 8, Paige Fisher. Mr. Referee.
Alrighty, excited to welcome you back from that brief break. We are resuming with totally different discipline here. We're doing 100 breaststroke. This is going to be the B final for the 13-14 girls. Swimming in lane 1 is Celio Magliari. 2 is Parker. 3, Bach. 4, Kim. 5's Engler. 6, Workman. 7, DeMartinez. And 8, Fisher. 4 lengths of breaststroke. So much of this race relies on those underwater pullouts. And the one who's taken the most advantage of them so far, a 31.56 first 50 split for Renee Bach out of lane 3. She was 109.13 this morning. 108.69 was Kim's time for earn her that spot in lane 4. Kim looks like she's still in second by a hair as Bach is holding that lead. But a nice underwater from Kim has made it just about a stroke-for-stroke race going into the final 5 yards here. They're going to be faster than this morning. It's 107.05 for Bach. That's a whole 2 seconds faster than this morning. 107.76 gets second for Kim. Third was in lane 5. That was Tamara Engler. 108.68. Nice lead off here for breaststroke from Renee Bach out of lane 3. Up next, the A final.
Event number 5, girls 13-14 100-yard breaststroke. A final heat. In lane 1, Eliza Miller. In lane 2, Ava Knopsnyder. Lane 3, Lily Moore. Lane 4, Esther Park. In lane 5, Cami Schwartz. In lane 6, Annie Zhu. In lane 7, Madison Watsky. And in lane 8, Isa Louis. Mr. Referee.
Okay, 13-14 girls, 100 breaststroke, the A final. Swimming in lane 1's Miller, 2, Knopsnyder, 3 is Moore, 4, Park, 5 is Schwartz, 6, Ja, 7, Watsky, and 8, Liu. Top seeds, Esther Park. She was 105.40 this morning. Park looks to be leading at the 40-yard mark, but it's by a small margin. We'll see the 50 splits here. Park's 31.05. There's 6 other 31s on the board, so there's a half second separating most of the pack here. But Park did have the lead to match that top seed time. A couple other swimmers were 106 this morning, so certainly within striking distance, but Park has opened up that gap again with 20 yards to go. It looked like the final pullout didn't change the standings there, as with 7 or 8 yards to go, Park still is holding on. We'll see if she tops this morning's time. 105.53, a hair off the morning swim, but still good for the win. Schwartz is second. 106.35. Third goes to Ja, 106.75. A nice event-winning time there. The 105.53 earns Esther Park the 13-14 girls 100 breaststroke title. Up next, we'll see the 13-14 boys.
Event number 6, boys 13-14, 100-yard breaststroke. In the B final, in lane 1, John Franchetti. In lane 2, Braden Todd. Lane 3, Max Marr. In lane 4, Andre Gibson. Lane 5, Connor Simpkins. Lane 6, Whit Burns. Lane 7, Joshua Kim. And in lane 8, Jonathan Hughes. Mr. Referee.
Okay, we got the 13-14 boys 100 breaststroke, the B finals in the water. It's Franchetti, Todd, Marr, Gibson, Simpkins, Burns, Kim, and Hughes. Andre Gibson's the top seed for the B final. 102.92 was his time this morning. He does not quite lead at the 50, but there's a lot of 30 points at that 50 mark. There was 129. I think that was Connor Simpkins, who had the lead out of lane 5. But lane 3 looks like he's right there too. Max Marr. A lot of 103s in the seed times this morning. We'll see who takes it here. Yeah, it's Marr. 102.93. 103.47 is good for second for Simpkins. Third will go to Burns. 103.63. 102.93. Max Marr takes half a second off this morning's swim. We'll see what happens here in the A final.
Event number 6, boys 13-14, 100-yard breaststroke, A final heat. In lane 1, Oscar Zolob. Lane 2, Conan Chen. Lane 3, Christian Dante. Lane 4, Samuel Lee. Lane 5, Gavin Tran. Lane 6, Nevin Shaw. Lane 7, Ivan Shedrenko. And in lane 8, Owen Howell. Mr. Referee.
Heat 2, the A final in the water. 13-14 boys, 100 breaststroke. It's Zolob in 1. Lane 2 is Chen. 3, Dante. 4 is Lee. 5, Tran. 6, Shaw. 7, Shandrenko. And 8, Howell. Sam Lee is the top seed from Monocacy Aquatic Club. He was 1 minute, .86 this morning. See if anyone sneaks under a minute here in the A final. 28.57 leads the way for Lee, who's got a couple of tenths on the rest of the racers in the group. But here at the 75 mark, it looks like it's really anyone's race. Lee still has it based on just the quick watching their heads turn around at the turn. It looked like Lee's head swiveled first, but man, it was a tenth of a second separating several of them. Oh, yep, it was a close one. 2/100ths of a second separate Lee and Tran. 101.21. Take the event win for Lee. Tran second, 101.23. Real close. Third? Oh, it was lane 3, Dante, 101.56. A close heat from the jump to the finish. 101.21 takes the event win for Samuel Lee. Up next, same event, 11 and 12 girls.
Event number 15, girls 11-12, 100-yard breaststroke, B final. In lane 1, Cora Beaver. In lane 2, Olivia Amorin. Lane 3, Maggie Samela. Lane 4, Marley Swain. Lane 5, Alex Shim. Lane 6, Ava Sargo. Lane 7, Anushka Verma. And in lane 8, Harbor Campbell. Mr. Referee.
Okay, so we're sticking with 4 lengths of breaststroke, but now we got the 11 and 12 girls. This is the B final. Lane 1's Cora Beaver. 2, Olivia Morim. 3, Maggie Scarmella. 4 is Marley Swain. 5, Alex Shim. 6, Ava Skara. 7, Anushka Verma. And 8 is Harbor Campbell. Marley Swain is the top seed in the B final. She was 1:15.71 this morning. The leader here looks like it was a swimmer out of lane 8. So it's Harbor Campbell who leads at the 50 mark. 35:29 was her 50 split, but a lot of swimmers just separated by a tenth or two at the halfway mark here in the B final for the 11 and 12 girls. Looks like lane 6 had the lead at the 75 mark. That's Ava Skara. Okay, fastest time this morning in this group was 1:15.71, and a lot of swimmers are going to pop under that in the B final. Yep, Campbell out of lane 8 held on the whole way, 1:15.13, 2 seconds faster than this morning's swim. 1:15.16 was good for second for Skara. Third went to lane 4's Marley Swain, 1:15.50. Up next, the A final.
Event number 15, girls 11-12, 100-yard breaststroke, A final. In lane 1, Addison Hunter. In lane 2, Julie Chong. Lane 3, Ashley Mellinger. Lane 4, Anna Majewski. Lane 5, Addie Johnson. Lane 6, Mia Perry. Lane 7, Viola Willett. And in lane 8, Alice Lehman. Mr. Referee.
Okay, the A final, 11 and 12 girls, 100 breaststroke. Lane 1's Hunter, 2, Chong, 3, Mellinger, 4 is Majewski, 5, Johnson, 6, Perry, 7, Willent, and 8, Lehman. 1:10.21 was Majewski's time this morning to lead the pack. 1:10.25 is the second seed, Johnson, so they're just separated by 4 100ths of a second this morning. We'll see how close it is tonight. 33:46 is the fastest first 50 we're going to get from the top seed. Anna Majewski led the way by 0.2 of a second at the 50 mark. Man, and it's just, again, Majewski and Johnson just stroke for stroke here with 25 yards to go. I can't ever tell from over here, but it looks like Johnson could have the advantage the last couple strokes here. Ooh, she does. Okay. A really nice finish comes together for Addie Johnson, who puts up the lone swim under 1:10 for these 11 and 12 girls. She's 1:09.96. 1:10.44 is good for second for Majewski. Third was up in lane 3. That was Ashley Mellinger, 1:12.06. Oh, I'm sorry. 1:12.06 was the seed time. I'm getting too far ahead of myself. 1:11.22 was the third place time for Mellinger.
Breaststroke. In the B final, in lane 2, Jack Baumgartner. Lane 3, Peter Starvagi. Lane 4, Nathan Yang. In lane 5, Austin Fastrich. In lane 6, Marco Santos. Mr. Referee.
Okay, we're switching gears again. We've got 2 more heats of 100 breaststroke. These are the 11 and 12 boys. The B finals in the water now. Swimming in lane 2 is Bumgardner, 3 Starvaji, 4 Jang, 5 Fastrich, and 6 Santos. First at the wall for the 50 by a commanding amount. 34.93 is the 50 split for Nathan Zhang, who is the top seed in the B final. 1:15.74 was Zhang's time this morning. He's got a half a body length on 2 other swimmers in the pack. Starvaji looks like he's in second. So Zhang has led throughout and earned the fastest time this morning. We'll see if he tops that to hold on and win the heat. 1:15.76 will take the heat by just 2/100ths of a second. Fastrich was right behind him, 1:15.78, but Zhang held on for the win. Third went to Santos out of lane 6. He was 1:16.12, half a second faster than his swim this morning. So Zhang takes the B final. Up next, the A final.
Event number 16, boys 11-12, 100-yard breaststroke. In the A final, in lane 1, Brady Manzer. Lane 2, Wyatt Stetter. Lane 3, Gino Falditz. Lane 4, Ryan Moyer. Lane 5, Kyle Spauman. Lane 6, Brody Reber. Lane 7, Timothy Hong. In lane 8, Aiden Walsh, Mr. Referee.
Okay, so we're chuckling on our end because we got a bless you from our public address here for a sneeze. Well, Kyle Spauman got blessed right before he entered the water here. We'll see if that has any effect on his swim. This is the A final of the 11 and 12 boys, 100 breaststroke. Lane 1 is Manser, 2 Stetter, 3 Falditz, 4 is Moyer, 5 Spauman, 6 Reber, 7 Hong, and 8 Walsh. The leader at the 50 mark. What's the top seed? Moyer. He was 1:07.40 this morning, and he's got a 2-second lead on the rest of the pack halfway through the heat. 31.48 is the first 50 split for Ryan Moyer. He's got 2 body lengths on the rest of the racers with 25 yards to go. Lane 5's Kyle Spauman is there, and Gino Falditz out of lane 3 looks like he might be in third. So like I mentioned, Moyer was 1:07.4 this morning. We'll see if he tops that. It's going to be 1:07.69 to earn the win in this event. Second does go to Spauman, 1:11.15. He's 5/100 shy of his time this morning. Third was Falditz, so it unfolded as the seed time suggested. He's 1:12.02, 9/10ths faster than his swim this morning. We're looking at a 5-minute break before we resume with truly the all-time great event, 400 individual medley.
Again, both pools are open for the warm-up and warm-down. Again, feet first entry, please. No diving during these warm-ups. There is no diving allowed during these warm-ups. Feet first entry, please. Both pools are open for warm-ups. If we could get our timers and officials back to our stations, and we'll get ready to start with the 400 IMs. Okay, we should be back. We're going to be starting with event number 7. Event number 7, girls 13-14, 400-yard IM in the B final. Lane 1, Adriana Lai. Lane 2, Mary Kate Kupski. Lane 3, Lauren Opitz. Lane 4, Lily Moore. Lane 5, Esther Park. Lane 6, Megan Tilligio. Lane 7, Maddie Surface. And in lane 8, Alexandra Phillips. Mr. Referee.
Okay, so as we were welcoming you back from the 5-minute break here, we're changing it up and slowing things down. I know we were just those previous heats going through hundreds free and 100 breast. We were just listing off names for you, and that was it. 400 IM is 16 lengths, 4 of each stroke: butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, freestyle. And the first group we're going to see is the 13-14 girls B final. Lane 1's Adriana Lay. Lane 2 is Mary Kate Kupski. 3 is Lauren Opitz. 4, Lily Moore. 5, Esther Park. I always like when it's 4 more, get the alliteration there. 6 is Megan Treglia. 7, Maddie Surface. And 8, Alexandra Phillips. Top seed of the B final after this morning's swims, Lily Moore was 4:48.56. She's not going to be leading here at the first 100. It's Lauren Opitz, who's opened up a 2-second lead on the rest of the pack after the butterfly split. She was 1:03.62, but one of the most strategic races you're going to encounter in swimming is the 400 individual medley. Over the course of the race, different people's specialty strokes definitely come to light as the lead will change, and folks will make up huge margins and lose them just like that as the different strokes come and go. It's conventional wisdom is to really nail the second 50 of each 100 and try and negative split your strokes, with the exception of fly because you got the dive. So we'll see if Opitz holds the lead here and pushes this second 50 of back. But breaststroke's the one that can open it up a lot of the time, as it's the slowest of the 4 strokes, so it can really highlight a difference from one swimmer to another. But we're approaching the halfway mark for Opitz. It's nice in this pool. You don't want to encourage the swimmers to look at the scoreboard during their race, but when they're returning to the diving end and backstroke, hypothetically, they could sneak a glance at the scoreboard and see where the time is. Halfway split for Opitz, 2:15.69. So she's got a 3-second lead on the next closest swimmer, which is Alexandra Phillips out of lane 8. Breaststroke. Okay, so Opitz still has the lead, but it could be shrinking quite a bit in the second 50 of breaststroke here. I see a pair of 39s in the middle of the pool. It's Moore and Park, who look like the stronger breaststrokers out of the group and are closing the gap. Same could be said for Mary Kate Kupski up in lane 2. So Kupski and Moore both sit about at Opit's feet and could be just real close to being tied with the freestyle remaining. So the second half coming together really nicely for Kupski and Moore, and they'll all be separated by a half of a second with 100 yards of freestyle left to go. 342, 342, 342. That's the 300 split for Kupski, Opitz, and Moore. See who's got the distance swimmer kind of discipline here in the final 100 yards. And it looks like right now Kupski is in good shape and will be leading with 50 yards to go. No bell in the 400 IM. But the bell would have gone to Kupski, who's got a half a second lead on the pack. 50 freestyle to go. Alrighty, the finish is coming up here. I suggested it was Kupski who had the lead, and she held it the rest of the way, 4:46.31. She takes 4 seconds off her time from this morning. Second will go to Opitz, who led for so much of that heat, 4:47.04. 4:48.25, almost matches Lily Moore's time from this morning. She takes 2/10 off, good for third place in the B final. Up next, the A.
Event number 7, girls 13-14, 400-yard IM. A final in lane 1, Ava Coombs. Lane 2, Isalu. Lane 3, Gabby Abruzzo. In lane 4, Tori Abruzzo. In lane 5, Annie Zhu. In lane 6, Cameron Tilger. Lane 7, Natalie Chiplick. And in lane 8, Benita Zhao. Mr. Referee.
Okay, heat 2 in the water now for the 13-14 girls 400 IM. This is the A final. Lane 1's Ava Combs. 2 is Issa Liu. 3, Gabby Abruzzo. And 4, Tori Abruzzo. 5, Annie Jha. 6, Cameron Tilger. 7's Natalie Cheplick. And 8, Benita Zhao. 2:25.90 was Tori Abruzzo's morning swim to earn the top seed. She's got the top seed time by 10 seconds. So as we see, the Abruzzos are separating themselves here in the butterfly, Tori being ahead of Gabby. As they approach the 100 fly split, Abruzzo could be right around under a minute if she gets to the wall here. 59.18's the 100 fly split with 300 yards to go for Tori Abruzzo, cementing herself as the leader. 300 yards left. This is the halfway split for Tori Abruzzo. She's 2:06.52. 2:11 is the next closest swimmer out of lane 1. Lane 1's Ava Combs is in the second position, but the race for second, third, fourth is still wide open. But I don't know if anyone's catching Abruzzo out of lane 4. She's racing the clock to see if she can top her time from this morning. 4:25.90 was the swim this morning. We'll see with 150 yards to go how close she'll get to that. 2:45.47 is the 250 split. We'll guesstimate once we get the 300 split here for Abruzzo if she'll top the morning's time or not. 4:25.90 was the morning swim. If she's under 3:25, she's going to have to bring it back quick, but maybe she's got a minute in her here for the freestyle. 3:25.02, and now nice breaststroke leg came together for Annie Jha, who trails by 5 seconds after breaststroke. But Abruzzo's not letting up, as she's definitely racing the clock, but she's racing it with intent with 50 yards to go. We'll see the freestyle split. 30.61. She's going to, maybe top that time from this morning by a half second, maybe be a tenth shy, but she will be right there and earn the win for the 13-14 girls 400 IM. And Jha will definitely earn second. They're each at least 10 yards ahead of the next swimmer in the pack from them. Third place is going to probably belong to Ava Combs out of lane 1, who's going to chop some big time off of her swim this morning. 4:25.32, so Abruzzo does take a half second off this morning's swim. Nice set of back-to-back 400 IMs for her in the same day. 4:31.09 is a big drop from the morning for Annie Jha. Third goes to Combs, who's 6 seconds faster than this morning, 4:37.43. Couple of nice swims in that group, and now we'll see the 13-14 boys.
Event number 8, boys 13-14, 400-yard IM. In lane 1 of the B final, Luke Hartman. Lane 2, Joshua Kim. Lane 3, Tyler Turgeon. Lane 4, Gavin Schillett. Lane 5, Brandon Fleck. Lane 6, Joshua Grimstein. In lane 7, Luke Mumma. And in lane 8, Gunnar Raymer. Mr. Referee.
Alrighty. 2 more fun heats of 400 individual medley to watch here. This is the 13-14 boys B final. Lane 1's Hartman, 2 is Kim, 3 Turgeon, 4 Shiflett, 5 is Fleck, 6 Grimmenstein, 7 Mumma, and 8 Raymer. Okay, checking in with you at the 300 split here. The race is definitely unfolding in the middle of the pool as it's Brandon Fleck out of lane 5 who's got the lead, and the top seed for the B final, Gavin Shiflett, is right there in second. Third will likely belong to, could be lane 2's really pouring it on here at the end, but lane 6, Grimmenstein is in the third position right now. But, man, Fleck's not looking back here in the 100 free as he puts up a 28.04 for his 350 split. Coming back in a 56 would be a pretty impressive feat here at the end. This morning, Brandon Fleck was 4:26.35. Tonight, it looks like he is going to be faster than that. He's going to be 4:19.02 to take the B final. 4:22.78 will earn second for Shiflett. We're remarking the nice drop here by Fleck. He brought the final 100 back in a 55. Man, pretty awesome. Grimmenstein's good for third, 4:27.08. He's 3 seconds faster than he was this morning as well. Nice swim for Brandon Fleck. 4:19.02 takes the B final. We'll see what shapes up in the A. Coming right up.
Event number 8, boys 13-14, 400 IM. Heat number 2, the A final. In lane 1, Noah Serrano. Lane 2, Liam Broderick. Lane 3, Hunter Raymer. Lane 4, Jack Bem. Lane 5, Can Yenye. Lane 6, Anthony Coe. Lane 7, Gavin Tran. And in lane 8, Samuel Lee. Mr. Referee.
Okay, after a twitchy start there for Heat 2, the A final, we're all good to go and in the water now. This is the championship final for the 13-14 boys 400 IM. It's Serrano in lane 1, Broderick in 2, Raymer in 3, Bem is in 4, Yanez 5, Coe is 6, Tran 7, and Lee 8. Jack Bem is the top seed at 4:16.57. Saw 4:19 take the B final, so we'll see how many boys can beat that, or if in fact Brandon Fleck out of the B final places pretty nicely into the A here. But Bem was 4:16.57 this morning, and at the fly split it looks like it's going to be lane 5 who leads the way. 57.78 is Can Yanez fly split. He was 1 second slower than Bem this morning. He was 4:17.52. So to take this event, I'm thinking you got to be 4:15 or faster. We'll see what ends up happening. But the leader right now is lane 5, and second belongs to Broderick in 2 as they approach the 150-yard mark. Okay, the halfway mark here, we'll have about 3 young men vying for the first place spot. Well, there's 4 of them. 2:02.09 is the fastest split, but there's 2 other 2:02s and a 2:03 right in the mix. Lane 5 Can Yanai had the 2:02:09 and had a half a body length on the other three swimmers, but it's lanes 2, 3, 4, and 5 all racing for the top spot right now. We'll see if anyone emerges in breaststroke, but a nicely balanced race coming together so far for Yanai, who has 150 yards to go and still has the lead by half a second. Okay, Yanai still leads the way, and it's 2, 3, and 4, and 5 who are all still right there, separated by just a couple tenths of a second. Actually, the one with the quickest hands at the wall, 3:18:38, lane 3. Hunter Raymer leads for the first time in the heat with 75 yards to go. He's got the group by a half a body length. We saw a 5,500 free split in the previous heat to finish it up for Fleck. I don't know if anyone will top that, but we'll see who gets the closest. That'll be the one who takes the title for the event. 28:48 is a nice first 50 split on the freestyle leg for Raymer. 3:46:86. He's opened up his lead by a whole second here. Second, I think, is going to belong to Jack Bem, the top seed. Third will go to Can Yanai. So 4:19:37 was the time for Raymer this morning. Now he's going to be 4:14:95. I think I said under 4:15 to win. I'm just saying, pretty close. 4:16:39. Good for second for Bem. Third will go to Yanai. 4:18:18. So a nice swim comes together at the very end there for Hunter Raymer, who puts up 4:14:95 to take the 13-14 boys 400 IM championship. Well, this meet isn't a championship, but he took the event win. It's a classic, one of those new classics, like a Drake song. It's a classic even though it's new. Okay.
We want to make sure we have our timers in place before we start up. Make sure counters in place. Make sure we have all our counters for each lanes. We should have counters in this heat for lanes 1 through 7. Event number 17, girls 11-12, 500 freestyle. In the B final, in lane 1, Lauren Mittleader. Lane 2, Olivia Oram. Lane 3, Eden McNally. Lane 4, Ella Kuhn. Lane 5, Carly Jacobs. Lane 6, Andy Kiss. Lane 7, Marley Swain. Mr. Referee.
Alrighty, we're on to our last two individual events of the evening for the Friday night final session. Looking at a lot of 11 and 12 500 freestyles, well, 4 heats to be exact. We're starting off with the girls' B final. Lane 1's Lauren Mittleader. Lane 2, Olivia Amorim. 3 will be Eden McNally. 4, Ella Combe. 5, Carly Jacobs. 6, Andy Keese. And 7, Marley Swain. Ella Combe is the top seed in the B final. She was 5:42:51. I keep wanting to say this morning. Actually, it was just a few hours ago. So we'll see if they can, how they compare to their 500 prelim times, which they put up just at 3 in the afternoon or so. So we're approaching the 20% marker of this race, the first 100 split. It looks like the leader is Carly Jacobs, who's going to be 1:03.63 at the 100 split. Jacobs was 5:43 this morning, so just right on the seed time with Combe as well. Check back in just a moment. B final, 11 and 12 girls, 500 freestyle. Sorry. Okay, so we just saw the 200 split was a 2:12 to lead the way for Carly Jacobs, who's had the lead throughout. We're approaching the halfway marker here, which could indicate who in the heat's going to top their prelim time. Like I said, Jacobs was 5:43. Combe, the top seed, was 5:42. So at 2:47.66 is the 250 split for Jacobs, who has just had that 2-second lead pretty much since the first 100 here. So the 2:47 would definitely suggest that if Jacobs could bring back the second half, in a pretty reasonable pace, that she'll top the morning swim and maybe break 5:40. Don't know what her previous best is, but if you can put together two 2:47s back to back, correct me if I'm wrong, they'd be 5:34. 10 seconds faster than this morning's swim. So we'll see what she's got in the tank as 150 yards are going to remain here. Okay, a nice swim coming together for Jacobs, who now has 4 seconds on the next closest swimmers in the field, but the race for second, well, it's like the entire heat. Lanes 2, 3, 4, and 6 are all sticking together, separated by about a half a second, as they've got close to 100 yards left to go. The bell won't sound yet. It'll be one more 50 before that. 4:32 is the 400 split for Jacobs. I alluded that she has a good shot at breaking 4:40. It's starting to piece together to look like a 4:39 or so for Jacobs. If she can just hang on strong in the final 100, she'll take a nice win in the B final here. Okay, and now the bell sounds. 5:06 is the 450 split. All along I've been saying Jacobs could be looking at sub 540. She's probably going to be like 539. That'll be exciting. Let's take a look. But the race for second looks like the edge belongs to lane 3's Eden McNally. Okay, start to finish, 5:38.71. Jacobs led throughout and took the B final. 5:42.88 is good for second for McNally. Third will go to Combe, 5:43.31. So the first and second finisher, McNally and Jacobs, top their morning time, or their afternoon time, but they top the prelim time, and Carly Jacobs takes the win for the B final. Up next, the A. In just a moment.
Event number 17, girls 11-12, 500-yard freestyle. A final, lane 1, Cameron Jones. Lane 2, Anna Mumford. Lane 3, Victoria Williams. Lane 4, Audrey Devereaux. Lane 5, Ashley Mellinger. Lane 6, Callie Collins. Lane 7, Alice Lehman. And in lane 8, Mabel Walburn. Mr. Referee.
The young man ears. Okay. This is the A final in the water for the 11 and 12 girls 500 freestyle. Lane 1 is Jones, 2 Mumford, 3 Williams, 4 Devereaux, 5 Mellinger, 6 Collins, 7's Lehman, and 8 Walburn. Devereaux is the top seed after a great swim this afternoon, 5:18.14. Looks like Devereaux might be second at the 100 mark as a quick start is coming together for Ashley Mellinger. She's got 0.2 of a second on Devereaux, but the two of them have separated themselves by a full second at the first 100. We'll see how the next couple 100 yards unfold. Okay, the 200 split's going to be real close to 2 minutes here for the leaders. It's going to be Mellinger and Devereaux. 2:02.18 and 2:02.65 are their 200 splits. Audrey Devereaux is an 11-year-old who just pieced together an awesome second half a few hours ago to put up that top seed time of 5:18.14. She was 4 seconds ahead of Mellinger in the prelims. It's not quite looking that way at the halfway mark, as Mellinger has just had a half a body length the last couple of 50s. I think Mellinger's still going to have it. So that is the halfway split is 2:33. If you double that, it's a pretty darn good time. So we'll see what they got in the second half here. Like I said, Mellinger was 5:22 this morning, so if she's splitting it, somewhat as nicely in the second half as the first half here, she's like, sub 5:15 territory. With 200 yards now to go. Another 31.8 goes on the board. Third place looks pretty definitively like it belongs to Victoria Williams, who was the third seed as well, 5:28.31. She's about 15 yards behind the two leaders, but I can't even really say two leaders anymore because Mellinger has put up 2 body lengths now on Devereaux. Okay, we're excited here in the broadcasting suite that Mellinger is putting up a couple of 31s back-to-back, just settled into a rhythm. Coaches have got to be excited. I don't know what her lifetime best is, but that 522 from prelims is going to fall as the 400 split is 409. Okay, 75 yards remain for Mellinger, and Devereaux's been in second the whole race here, and will definitely maintain that. The third place has belonged to Williams the whole way, and Mumford's kind of at Williams' feet, but I think might just run out of time to move into the third position. Mellinger's 31.6 with 50 yards to go at a 440.90. Why not bring it back into 29? She hasn't been going hard enough for the last 950s. 25 yards left. See if Mellinger wins the boys' side of this race coming up in a minute. Okay, here she is at the finish, 5:10.98. Wow, an awesome race comes together for Mellinger. We get especially excited cheering for the distance races here and just seeing how hard the swimmers work. So that's an awesome swim, and we don't want to take any credit away here from Audrey Devereaux, who puts up a 5:15.68 and takes 3 more off her morning swim. Wow, an awesome swim for second as well. Third does go to Williams, 5:24, who takes 4 seconds off her morning swim. That's 5:24.56. Yeah, that was a fun heat to watch. 2 heats of 500 left to go. That'll be the B final for the 11 and 12 boys coming up.
Event number 18, boys 11-12, 500-yard freestyle. In the B final in lane 2, Tom Howard. Lane 3, Ethan White. Lane 4, Paris Jahari. Lane 5, Yaroslav Salvatan. And in lane 6, Caleb Kim. Mr. Referee.
Okay, in the water now is the B final for the 11 and 12 boys. Lane 2's Tom Howard. 3, Ethan White. 4 is Parsa Drai. 5 is Yaroslav Sultanov. And 6, Caleb Kim. Top seed in the B final is Parsa Drai. He was 5:45.76 this morning. Well, this afternoon, but during the prelims. So Jarahi does lead at the 100 mark, 1:03.55. Just got 0.3 of a second on Ethan White. Okay, so the 200 split coming up here is oftentimes where we can start to guess if they're going to top the prelims time or not. 200 split is going to be the top seed who's leading by a half a second. 2:12.77 is the 200 time for Jirai. But it's been him and White who have separated themselves each length that's passed as they're getting close to the halfway point. The halfway split for the gentleman in the lead. Jirahi and White are 247 and 248. They have just been separated by half a second for several lengths in a row here. So kind of similarly to the 11 and 12 girls B final. He's out in the 247. That would seem to suggest that they could be under 540. Like we said, Jirahi was 545 this morning. So if he splits the second half, as the first half suggests, he could take 5 seconds off this morning's swim. And he's setting himself up for that right now with the 35 low, kind of settling into their rhythm at the 300 mark, 200 yards to go. Okay, 5:08 and 5:09. Has it been half a second separating these two young men the entire heat? It definitely has been, and we'll just see what happens with 25 yards to go. Jirahi and White have led the way, and third is definitely going to go to Sultanov out of – nope, I'm sorry. It's going to be Kim out of 6. When the heat's not full, it always throws me off. But leading throughout and – touching first, Jirahi is 5:41.11, 5:42.03 will be another best time for Ethan White, and 5:47.61 earns the third place spot for Kim. 5:52.76 is Sultanov for fourth, and fifth will be Howard. 5:58.20. So I said best time a second ago. I guess I was referring to all these boys topping their prelims time. That certainly happened in the B final, and hopefully it happens in the A. One more heat of 500 to go.
Event number 18, boys 11-12, 500-yard freestyle. A final. In lane 1, Andrew Morton. Lane 2, Amir Tasker. Lane 3, Brody Reber. Lane 4, Cinco Perez. Lane 5, Jackson Edwards. Lane 6, Jack Martin. Lane 7, Aiden Walsh. And lane 8, Oliver Ritchie. Mr. Referee.
Okay, our final heat of 500 freestyles in the water. This is the A final for the 11 and 12 boys. Lane 1's Andrew Morton, 2, Amir Tasker, 3, Brody Reber, 4, Cinco Perez, 5 is Jackson Edwards, 6, Jack Martin, 7, Aiden Walsh, and 8, Oliver Ritchie. Cinco Perez is the top seed, but it's a close group there in the middle. 5:19.07 was Perez's leading time in the preliminary heats. We saw a 5:10 take the event for Mellinger after chopping 12 seconds off of her prelim time just a little bit ago. If Perez chops 12 off to take the win, well, that would be a spectacular time as well, and he does lead at the 100 mark, the lone swimmer under a minute, 20% of the way into the heat. 59.72 is where Perez finds himself. Mellinger for that 5:10 was putting up 31 high, 31 high, 31 high for those 50 splits. We want to make sure Perez doesn't, pop up to certainly not any 33s, but those 31 high, 32 lows will kind of set him up in that nice ballpark that Mellinger found herself in. 31.46 is a nice third 50, and Perez is well on his way, 2 seconds ahead of the rest of the pack, but the second, third, fourth, they're all really sticking together in the middle of the pool on Perez's left and right. 200-yard split coming up here. Okay, Perez keeps piecing it together nicely so far. The 200's 2:02.56. 2:06 on his left and right belong to Reber and Edwards. Okay, I'm guessing that first 200 split might be quicker than Perez was out this morning, the 2:02 there. Yeah, they're saying that maybe I got to Cinco Perez here by calling out, how fast the girls' times were. His halfway split's 2:34.24. 4-second lead on second place. And a really nice swim coming together for Perez. And second place now solely belongs to Jackson Edwards. The two are Pittsburgh Elite Aquatics teammates. And we might see the two of them on a relay coming up in just a few minutes here. But right now, the Pittsburgh swimmers are sticking together at the 300 mark in the first and second position. Third is Brody Reber from Lancaster with 200 yards to go.
Just a reminder, in heat number 9, event number 9, the next event will become girls medley relays. So we want to get our medley relay teams, girls, down towards the end of the pool. We're having one heat only because we swam a couple heats in the morning for each thing. Tonight we're only having the fastest of the seed for our finals.
Okay, it's starting to piece together here for the leaders in the A final of the 11 and 12 boys 500 free. 400-yard split is 4:09.61 for Perez. We'll see. He's going to beat that morning's 5:19. The question is just by how much. 75 yards to go, and it looks like he's definitely been burning that engine for several minutes now, but he's still giving it all he's got left as he's finishing up, and 50 yards will remain for Perez, and Edwards will be 15 yards behind him. 4:41.37. So I'm thinking it'll be a round of 5:11 for Perez to finish it up here and take 8 seconds off his morning swim and just about mirror the winning time for the 11 and 12 girls. And 25 yards left to go for Edwards now, and third will definitely belong to Reber. 25 yards to go for him. So Perez is 5:12.24 after leading the whole way. He chops a ton of time off the prelim swim and takes the win for the 11 and 12 boys 500 free. Edwards chops some time off as well, 5:18.73, good for second. 5:25.46 will be third for Reber. And fourth will belong to Martin, 5:28.91. He takes a second off his morning swim. So those 500s, they had to do them just a few hours apart, but they were toughing it out and putting up some nice swims as Cinco Perez leads throughout and puts up the 5:12.24 to take the boys 500 freestyle. We got a short break. We'll finish up with some relays.
Okay, well, we're finishing up these 500 frees and we're putting the equipment away. If you are a timer in lanes 1, 3, 5, or 7, could you please bring your equipment in? There are no relays in lanes 1, 3, 5, or 7, so you are finished for the evening. If you could bring the clipboard and your watches over to the leave them there, and Miss Trish will pick them up. But again, timers for lanes 1, 3, 5, and 7, you are finished. And we appreciate and thank you for your help. Okay, as we get ready for these IMs, or these medley relays, I want to remind everybody to continue our social distancing, keep our masks on at all times unless we are in the water. And when we remember, we are feet first only entries. Feet first only entries in the warm-up and warm-down pool. It's a safety issue. I know you can all dive, but I don't want to see you. Okay, if we can get our timers and officials ready. Looks like we have a bunch of swimmers that are ready. Hopefully four lanes full of them. Okay, I see our officials getting back to our station. So, event number 9, girls 13-14, 400-yard medley relay. Heat number 3 of 3. In lane 2, Suburban Seahawks swimming. In lane 4, Keystone Aquatics. In lane 6, Parkland Aquatic Club. And in lane 8, Upper Dublin Aquatic Club. 400-yard medley relay, Mr. Referee.
Okay, in the water now is the final heat of the 13-14 girls 400-yard medley relay. Suburban Seahawks in lane 2. Lane 4 is Keystone Aquatics. 6 is Parkland. And 8, Upper Dublin. 100 yards of each stroke. Back, breast, fly, free for this medley relay order. Backstrokers are led out by Upper Dublin's Annie Ia, who was 58.86. A quick first 100 back for Ia out of lane 8. 1 minute .61 is the second fastest split we saw from Maddie Camden from Parkland. So Upper Dublin's got the lead as we approach the halfway mark of this 400 medley relay, but the rest of the pack is not far behind at all. It is just about 2 and 3 seconds separate the group. Keystone's moved into second now with Lily Moore leading the charge in this breaststroke leg. It's Cilio Magliari who's doing the breaststroke leg for Upper Dublin. Flesh Shaker is in the water for Parkland, and Kim is doing breaststroke for Seahawks. But a nice breaststroke leg coming together for Lily Moore, who looks like she may take over the lead at the halfway point for Keystone. Yep. Whole second now belongs to Keystone as Sophia Tunks enters the water for the butterfly leg. She'll be most closely raced by Modelson from Upper Dublin, Magditch from Parkland. Colasar is doing the butterfly leg for Suburban. And just as I mentioned, Keystone taking the lead. Upper Dublin takes it right back. Nice butterfly leg coming together for Motelson. That's Jesse out of lane 8. Ooh, and a really nice butterfly leg now at the 75 mark. It looks like the lead belongs to Suburban, who was in 4th just a second ago. So Caitlin Colasar is putting on a nice 100 butterfly leg. Between you and me, they should have the scoreboard given me. Oh, the scoreboard doesn't give, the split for the swimmers. I'd have to do the math on the fly, which it's a little too late in the evening for me to do that. So tomorrow I'll bring a stopwatch with me and I'll get you guys some relay leg splits. But freestyle's in the water now. Sorry for the rambling. And the lead still belongs to Suburban, but it's by just about 1 second. The freestyler for Suburban Seahawks is Mary Kate Daniel. Maddie Surface from Keystone is in pursuit, as well as Olivia Otwater and Natalie Cheplick from Upper Dublin and Parkland. So after trailing for half the race, see if Suburban can hold on at the finish here. It's going to be them or Keystone. At the wall, it looks like it. Yeah, nice finish for Maddie Surface from Keystone, who overtakes the lead at the very end. 4:10.95, 4:11.16 is good for second for Suburban. Parkland will be 4th with a 4:14.41, and 3rd goes to Upper Dublin, 4:13.17. Up next, the 13-14 boys.
Event number 10, boys 13-14, 400-yard medley relay. Heat number 3 of 3. In lane 2, Pittsburgh Elite Aquatics. In lane 4, Keystone Aquatics. And in lane 6, Suburban Seahawks. And in lane 8, Radnor. Mr. Referee.
Okay, the 13-14 boys are in the water, and I got to get names off fast because we've got some quick backstroke legs coming together. It's Pittsburgh Elite Aquatics in lane 2, Keystones in 4, Suburban Seahawks in 6, and Radnor is in 8. This is Turgeon, E-Step, Oswald, and Marr doing the backstroke legs for these teams. Seen E-Step put together some awesome swims this evening, and he's going to have the lead solidified for Keystone at the 100 back mark. Looks like he's going to be a 52-57 at the back leg. 53-78's good for second. Max Marr puts together a nice split to keep Radnor in the conversation here after E-Step. 55 and 56 are the splits for Oswald and Turgeon. Breaststrokes in the water now. Right now it's Radnor and Keystone going at it with Gavin Tran's got a nice butterfly, or a nice breaststroke as well, and he's got exactly 1 second on Conan Chen from Radnor. Looks to me like Suburban is sitting in third, and they've got 2 or 3 body lengths on Pittsburgh over up in lane 2. But Keystone's led throughout on the breaststroke leg from Tran, expands that lead a bit. 155.20, so a second and a half separate Keystone from Radnor as Braden Todd enters the water for the butterfly leg. Brock Green's going to do butterfly for Radnor. Jacob Johnson will do fly for Suburban, and Pittsburgh's Luke Hartman will be their butterfly leg. So lead change here. Keystone's held it throughout the heat, but Suburban has passed Radnor here in the butterfly leg. But Keystone's probably not looking back as they've got a 3-second lead going into the 100 free split, and that's going to be Bobby Dempsey. Can Yanai is the Suburban's freestyler. Radnor will be brought home by Sam Graff. And it'll be Nazar Zokovsky doing freestyle for Pittsburgh up in lane 2. So Yanaya, who I know put up some nice swims earlier in the evening, I remember just seeing the name. He's really fighting back into the race. I think Dempsey from Keystone will have enough of a cushion that it won't matter, but the lead shrinks significantly as Keystone just takes it over Suburban by about 0.8 of a second, and there'll be 3:39.17 and 3:40.00 respectively, and 3:46.59 will earn third for Radnor, and Pittsburgh will round out the heat in 3:49.55. Next up, some more 400 medley relays, this time the 11-12-year-olds.
Event number 19, girls 11-12, 400 medley relay. Heat number 3 of 3. In lane 2, Monocacy Aquatic Club. In lane 4, Lancaster Aquatic Club. In lane 6, Jersey Wahoos. And in lane 8, Suburban Seahawks. Mr. Referee.
Okay, so more of the same event. This time it's the 11 and 12 girls in the final here. Lane 2 is going to be Monocacy, 4 Lancaster, 6 is Jersey Wahoos, and 8 Suburban Seahawks. Backstroke leg for Monocacy is Carlson, Lancaster Perry, Wahoos is it's faded. The ink is faded again. Oh, I'm sorry. It's Devereaux. And then Parker is doing the backstroke for Suburban. Leader at the backstroke leg was a 1 minute for Devereaux, 1 minute .82. Got a 2-second lead for her Jersey Wahoos teammates, as now it's McNally doing breaststroke for Jersey. Monocacy, it's going to be Addison Hunter, Addie Johnson for Lancaster, and Caroline Whitney will be doing the breaststroke leg for Suburban. Okay, the halfway split now after breaststroke. It looked like it was lane 4 with the lead. That's Lancaster, was at 2:13.52. Close pack after that. Pretty much a tie for second between Mac and Jersey Wahoos. And a real big margin has opened up for Lancaster as Mellinger is doing their butterfly leg, and probably my swim of the night for the 500 freestyle for Mellinger. So riding that momentum, she's got a big lead. Monocacy's now got about 0.8 of a second on JW. That's Bailey Corden doing the butterfly leg for Mac, and Alice Lehman doing the butterfly for the Wahoos. Suburban's butterflyer is Andy Keese. So we're on to freestyle now for Lancaster. It's going to be Callie Burkholder who brings it home for them in the final leg. Carly Jacobs will do the freestyle leg for Mac. Wahoos is going to be Collins, and Schwelm will do the freestyle leg for Suburban. At the second half, it's been all Lancaster as they've got 50 yards left to go, and Callie Burkholder will bring them home strong. Second definitely belongs to Jersey Wahoos now, as another Callie Collins has piecing together a nice final 100 freestyle leg. She's 10 yards behind Lancaster, but will definitely earn second. Third is going to belong to Jacobs from Mac. And fourth will be Suburban, brought home by Addison Schwelm, but Lancaster had it the whole way. 4:15.40, 4:17.67 is good for second. 4:23.30 for Mac is third, and Suburban Seahawks will be 4:29.46 to round out fourth. Final heat of the evening, the 11 and 12 boys.
Event number 20, boys 11-12, 400-yard medley relay. Final heat of the evening. In lane 2, Lancaster Aquatic Club. In lane 4, Keystone Aquatics. In lane 6, Pittsburgh Elite Aquatics. And in lane 8, Jersey Wahoos. Mr. Referee.
Okay, our final heat for Friday night finals is in the water now. This is the boys 11 and 12 400-yard medley relay. Swimming in lane 2 is Lancaster, in 4 is Keystone, 6 Pittsburgh Elite, and 8 Jersey Wahoos. The team from Lancaster is led out by Martin. KA is McRaw, Edwards for Pittsburgh, and Wahoos is Borelli. As they are finishing up their backstroke leg, Keystone's going to have the lead by a nice margin. 58-84 is the 100 back split for Colin McRaw. $101.60 was the next closest 100 back split. That was Jackson Edwards from Pittsburgh Elite. So through breaststroke, the leaders are definitely still Keystone and Pittsburgh Elite. The swimmer trying to make up that gap right now is the Jersey Wahoo's Ryan Moyer, who's closed the gap significantly. Okay, they are close together at the halfway mark. That's Keystone and Pittsburgh. The swimmers in the water for them, Vickner and Perez. It's going to be Caleb Kim doing the butterfly leg for Jersey, and Jackson Sheary will be doing the butterfly for Lancaster. Okay, Hayden Vickner opening the gap back up again as he's established a 2 or 3 body length lead here in the home stretch of butterfly on Perez. And they are going to have, a 3-second lead going into the final 100. By they, I mean Keystone. The home team is showing out nicely in the final event of the evening. Third place now belongs to the Wahoos, and Lancaster still sits in 4th. Doing the freestyle leg for Lancaster is Kyoto Anderson, Andrew Morton for Jersey Wahoos, Odin Sue for Pittsburgh, and Amir Tasker is bringing it home for Keystone. He's got about 30 yards left to go. Seed times 4:14 for Keystone. They will beat that by a bit as they touch at 4:11.94, 4:16. Ooh, never mind. I was judging it incorrectly. 4:18.14 will be good for second for Pittsburgh Elite Aquatics, and third is going to belong. Third is going to belong to Jersey Wahoos, 4:28.32, and 4:29.00 will be the 4th place time for Lancaster. That concludes this evening's session. What time are we here in the morning, Coach Scott? 7:30 warm-ups for tomorrow morning session for an 8:30 start. We will resume bright and early tomorrow for the 2021 Junior Keystone Classic Saturday morning session. Stay tuned. It'll be a fast weekend. Looking forward to more of it.
We'd like to thank all the volunteers, officials that helped run this meet. Without you, we can't run this meet successfully as we have been able to. Great job to all the swimmers and coaches on the weekend we had. Day 1 is done. We have 2 more days to go. We look forward to some more great fast swims. Please, if you can control the area you have around you to make sure you pick up all your belongings. I really don't want to have any more caps, goggles, shoes, bags, or anything left behind. My lost and found is already large enough. We do not need any more. Thank you again. And again, all swimmers will exit the building through the exit scoreboard end.